Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here. Happy Monday. It's the start of the week. And I know I already announced what I was going to do today. We are going to do Deck Master. We're going to do a box opening instead today. We're going to push the Common Charity back one day. We're going to push the Advanced back one day. In order to fully try to celebrate this deck during the week. So, again, the Dark World Structure deck was just released. This thing is amazing. It's got some really great cards to it. Again, just like every monster that was ever released for the archetype, as well as some amazing tech cards like the Dangers. Also, you get common, skill drains, common, there it is, card destruction. A lot of very nice things. So I wanted to give you guys a deck master that not only is kind of cool, but one that specifically benefits this deck. And that is coming straight out of the deck. It's going to be Grapha, the Dragon Overlord of Dark World. So on many ways, this card could be, a deck master. This thing could be a tech analysis. This thing could be everything. We're going to do both in today. So right now, don't worry about the price, because if you went out and bought the structure deck, you got one. If you bought 3 of the structure deck, you've got a play set. If you bought more like I do, well, then you have a couple extras just floating around. What this one is it's a fusion between the original Grapha, the Dragon Lord of Dark World, and any dark monster. So as far as the tech analysis will go with this card, simply add polymerization to your deck. And again, since Dark is just so saturated in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh!, obviously it's going to be a great way to super poly an opponent's monster right off their side of the board while advancing your own strategy. But this is a deck master, so it's just going to sit there next to our deck for us. In this case, we need to use the following effect. When your opponent activates a monster effect or a normal spell or trap card while you have a card or cards in the hand, as a quick effect, you may activate this effect. The activated effect becomes the opponent discards 1 card. Now, we can use this in any deck, because I guarantee you I would rather take a drop 1 card over losing my board to Geki or Duster or Lightning Storm or insert giant floodgate card here. I would much rather absolutely always lose my darn card from my hand than take the effect of a lot of cards that are out there. But however, if we're playing Dark World, we're going to get the plus side of the effects. So cards like Silva, they don't just special summon. They special summon, and then they send my opponent 2 cards from their hand back into their deck. Or, insert all of the other effects that we went over the other day, and it will go over for the next couple of days. So just generically, he's good. He's obviously going to do a much better job supporting Dark World. Think about him for playing Fabled. Again, we recently had the Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1 re-release, so that was really neat. Rest of the effects, and again, this is more for the tech analysis side of this thing. You can use this effect once per turn. That's fine. If Fusion Summon card is in its owner's control, leaves the field because of an opponent's card. You can special summon 1 Grapha, the Dragon Lord of Dark World, that is either banished or in your graveyard. Then each player with a hand will discard a card. So again, as far as the tech analysis side goes, once you've generated this character and you play him to your side of the field and your opponent goes, yeah, cool, well, I'm just going to, Raigeki, destroy your side of the field. You're like, cool, yeah, all right. Regular Grapha then, jumps in, takes the place of this Grapha. And again, if we're using the continuous quick play spell, not continuous quick play, the quick play fusion catalyst spell that came with the deck, the Ascension, then you are in a great position to seriously just play another copy of this. Or again, maybe you have the Super Poly, and you're going to go at your opponent for another round of the trap. So again, it just makes for some really interesting plays. Again, obviously, even if we boarded this, that would not count as a fusion summon while it's being a deck master. So again, you're going to kind of lose that last effect. But look, if he were to be destroyed, you were to lose anyway. However, there might be a small ruling that could be adjusted per house rule. And before everybody goes, what do you mean? Anybody who watched the original series, do you guys remember it was Joey and Yugi versus the Big Five? They played the 5-headed god dragon. Now it's just the 5-headed dragon. So the 5-headed dragon is sitting over here. Yugi and Joey move the Flame Swordsman and the Dark Magician to the battlefield. They fuse their cards together, which again means the card doesn't exist, but because it was used for something else, technically its life force moves on. So they were able to generate, I think it was the Dark Flame Swordsman, something like that. And then when this one gets ran, not only does the controller not take battle damage, but it will summon another monster out of the deck. And by extension, the Mirage Knight that they were able to play counts as an extension off of the initial swing from their deck master. So in essence, if you were able to fusion summon this, which you wouldn't have been able to anyway, because you moved it from your deck master zone to the field, this card maybe sort of could have almost had an extension in the form of going back into Grapha. The way that I would say that you would do this if you were trying to do this would be then to use Grapha as your deck master for the sole purpose of using him to either fuse or fuse trap an opponent to generate into this card, and then this way when he does get destroyed you could bring the Grapha back. But then when that Grapha does leave the field, unless of course again you refuse, you would end up losing the game. So not sure how it'd work if it got bounced to hand, but you know, hey, there's some questions we could ask. Those are some rules we can make individually for our own house rule formats. And that's what makes it brilliant. You guys might say that if it gets bounced to the hand, it gets sealed back to the deck master zone. And rather than being able to play it back out again, it is stuck there now. So it's a one and done. It can only move to the field once and do something along the lines of the way that Noah used his, what was it? It was Shinado? Archlord Shinado, something like that, against Seto Kaiba in the same story arc. His Deckmaster had moved to the field and then pulled back and then was not allowed to participate on the field any further. So that is a cool way. So technically, I guess this could be this and Grapha this week. So maybe I'll sleeve up a copy of Grapha, add it to the Hall of Fame here. The Hall of Fame is just the deck box of all of my Deckmasters. Past and present, and just as we keep growing this list of deck masters will just keep getting larger. And again, I do hope that sometime in early 2023 to start bringing you guys dual footage, where we actually play as a team here, and we start to use some of these house formats, not just to have fun, not just to give you guys something fun to watch, but maybe to help you guys inspire your own little homebrew league play in and amongst your family and your friends. Because that's what this game's really about, for me at least, is bringing together a small community of players that will all want to enjoy just being near your friends and just having fun with the game. And it doesn't have to be just this game. I mean, obviously, I'm trying to learn some D&D because, hey, why not? I play Magic the Gathering. I play Pokemon TCG. Not TCG, VGC, video game. And right now, I'm actually doing some breeding for my team in Scarlet and Violet. So maybe I'll put that on the channel once on like a weekend or something, away from any real content. And then this way, if you guys don't like it, like obviously I won't do it too often, but then again, if you do like it, maybe we'll just make like one day and it'll be like, I don't know, I fail at doing that too. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Rambled a bit too long there at the end. Do apologize for that. But do me a favor. If you guys want to support the channel, go ahead and do that. A couple easy ways. Likes and comments are the best things that you could do. Costs you seconds of your day, but means the absolute world to me. It helps us influence the algorithm directly to where more duelists get a chance to see this channel, and then maybe fall back in love with just playing the game for the game's sake sometimes. I'm all for being competitive, and I think that if that's the route that you guys want, you guys should definitely pursue it. You're just not going to find too much of it here. This is too relaxed and laid back. So guys, do the favors, don't do the favors. Do whichever one you guys like. Do me one favor. You guys go out, take some minutes tonight, make it a half hour, an hour, whatever. Do something for yourself. something that you enjoy, something that maybe you've been putting off. Maybe you guys haven't worked out lately. Go throw some weights around, walk around the block a couple of times, do something, get yourself in a good mind space, and let's hope that you just enjoy the week, all right? I do have a box opening coming up here in a little bit. We did get some of the new Battle of Legends, what was it, Crystal's Revenge, and we'll be busting that open here in a little bit. Celestial will make some time out of her schedule to do that. And guys, have a great one. See you later.